Yeah, I'm running a little experiment right now. I never did this. I started noticing I was getting some kind of CB traffic with this longer antenna, and I never tried the little stubby. It's not real clear. I mean, it's nothing like the 102-inch whip antenna I put on that little Samurai. But
be careful with this mouse. I gotta be careful where I put this mouse. I'm back out.
Well, that's interesting. So it's picking something up. Let's see if the little one does. I guess it is. You know, it might have something to do with this metal piece here that's I wonder if it has something to do with this
that was caught your preacher. Say what you doing.
I wonder if it has something to do with this metal that's over here. They go under the carport, nothing. Well, nothing there.
Get a little bit straighter. Hey, Skippy around Arizona.
Now you notice the difference there if I hold it way the hell up?
This radio right here, right now. Let's go. Country preacher, Great Lakes, go.
So you know what? You can get something out of these little freaking antennas as long as you're up high enough. As long as because I think well, that's what I heard anyway. I've read this. The signal's coming from the tip of the antenna. So the higher up, obviously, you are, the better. But if you're standing up and you're holding the damn radio up, and you're standing on something like a cinder block or something like that, you're going to get like a better reception. But just going under the carport pretty much knocks out most of that reception. Just doing that. So, obviously, you know, you can get by with these little portable jobbers just with this crappy ass antenna because, you know, what's going on here is it's just height. I mean, it's not the only thing that's going on, but height just makes a hell of a lot of difference. And if you're just down, you're down low, it ain't gonna come pick up that much. So, I figured I want to point that out. I'm not sure how much this antenna really does as far as picking up more. Man, it's not as good with these little antennas though. Never good. Not picking up much. I guess if you're down in here. Yep. That's one. Anyway, it does pick up a little bit with these antennas, these little antennas, and I don't really notice a big difference between this 3-foot whip antenna and that little one, because all you got to do is hold it up kind of high. But I notice a major difference between a 102-inch antenna and these little guys, that's for sure. So I'm probably just going to keep this one on there all the time, because this one's not, you know, I don't know. For this length of this antenna, for carrying it around and crap, doesn't seem to do that much. But then I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But you know, look at that, right? I mean, what I think is really the difference between this antenna and this is the fact that it's just up a little higher. So if you got this little antenna and you stand up on something, or you hold the radio up and you up high, or standing up and you hold your arm up, and you know, once it's up in the air, just going up a couple more feet ain't gonna matter that much, I don't think. I really didn't notice a big difference between this antenna and that one right now. But the 102-inch whip antenna, yeah, and I think that's what's gonna go on there, because even when it's tied down, if I have it in the back there and I have it tied down to the you know, the rain gutter with like it's probably going to pick up really good anyway. It seems to anyway. And then there's absolutely no issue with roof clearance even when it's tied down. But then when you got it up, there ain't nothing that freaking comes close to it, no matter how damn good it is. Unless you're talking about a base station. But I guess you can get something out of these little jobbers too, just as long as you hold that radio way the hell up. I just noticed that. But man, there ain't nothing like that 102-inch whip antenna. You know what? I'm sold on that, and it's like the reason I like it now too is like you really don't have to tune it. If I got this, say in the El Camino, or you know, it's already on that little Samurai over there. If say I got a permanent radio in there, fine. But say I just plug another radio into it, the antenna is the right length already. It's going to have a good SWR reading all the way across anyway, because you just really don't need to tune them pretty much. I mean, no matter how, even when they're not tuned perfect, they're usually tuned pretty damn good right from the box, and a lot of times they got a really flat SWR through all the channels of that 102-inch whip. And I don't understand why a lot of people got out of favor. I think I know why, because they're so damn high up. But they seem to work good even when, you know, you got them like draped over low like that, you know, like if you got them tied to the gutter, they still seem to work pretty damn good. I mean, you don't lose that much. You still got a lot of range. But the beauty is you can plug one of these little damn radios in there and it seems to work pretty good. Well, this is the first time. I don't know what I was doing wrong before, And it might have been, I might have walked out in the front and I was under those trees because I couldn't get any signal before. This is the first time I was getting any kind of signal with this. And over here, there's no trees, Maybe that was the problem. It looks like trees will block your signal a lot too. So stupid little things like that can make a big difference in how well the damn thing's going to work. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I knew the carport would do something. I know being inside the house would freaking block the signal. But perhaps all those trees are blocking the signal too, because it's the first time I got any kind of signal from these whip antennas. But then again, it's nowhere near. It's not even close to what the heck that 102-inch whip antenna does. Not even close.
We'll catch you another time, another way. Motormouth Mall, your West Coast beast. And broadcasting to you live from the sprawling broadcast facility in Studio 3B out here on the Central Coast of Cali. Motormouth Mall's got downright good.
Well, that's his Central Coast of Cali. Holy smokes, man. Must be picking up that skip. But that's at this 102-inch antenna now I got it hooked into. That's amazing. Well, what I did with this, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to order any more from Amazon on this CB radio stuff because they're just like Sears and Roebuck or something. They sell stuff, and they're even worse because they don't even have a personal rep. They sold me a lot of wrong stuff, in the past, and they go by these customer reviews and stuff. So I'm going with this place called the Right Channel Radio, I think it's called, Right Channel Radio. This spring on here, the spring mount, well, notice what I did is I put some Gorilla Tape around it, and that's to kind of slow it down from moving as much. It still moves, you see, but nowhere near as much. And what I did was before I put the Gorilla Tape on there, since it's not a stainless steel spring, they advertised it as one on Amazon, which is not. It's chrome plated. I use this double hide ultra cover clear. Then I put Gorilla Tape around it. The Gorilla Tape is really not to protect it so much from the elements, but it will. The double hide clear is, but the Gorilla Tape is to kind of keep the spring motion down a little bit. It's still got enough spring in there, And it looks like the ball needs to be tightened up a little bit too. See that? Used to hair. Got to go in there and tighten that up a little more. But the other thing is, after I put the Gorilla Tape on there, I put two zip ties right here. See them? 1, 2, so the tape won't unravel. Then to keep the Gorilla Tape from getting screwed up, because eventually the UV rays get to the zip ties and the Gorilla Tape, I sprayed it with clear coat, which got on these bolts with these damn screws here. They get rusty too. But you know what? Clear coat works better than freaking, I mean, it don't stay on there forever. But clear coat will actually protect it even better than grease. So, I just put some cardboard in there. This thing works pretty damn good though.
That's what I'm talking about there, Bill. You got a hammer down, Motormouth Mall waving and sniffing the brake.
I guess there's nothing on 11 right now. Wait a minute. I think 33 had something yesterday. So that's the cheapest radio going right here, and if that's picking up, it's all the antenna, man. The antenna is like freaking 99% of it. But you can get a little bit out of those rubber duckies just as long as you're out in an open, clear area. Stand up and hold the damn radio up above your head. I think when I was testing it, I couldn't get nothing. I walked out over here, figuring, didn't really think these trees would block that much, but I guess they do. They do. They do, big time. So, anyway. And again, it probably pay to my I'm going to keep that other coaxial cable I got and get a 102-inch whip for the back of this thing, and I'll have to splice it in here, make my own terminal leads. I'm going to mount it back here eventually, and it's going to have a quick disconnect on it and a stainless steel spring from, I think it's called the Right Channel Radio, from those guys. I'm going to order from them, because at least they know what the hell they're doing. And I don't really need, what I might do is get another portable one like this. I like these little jobbers because I think they're better for inside the car. Because I ain't got no room in this damn thing, for one. And I might get one with sideband that's portable like this. And if I do set up a home base station, I'm going to just get a mobile radio and get an inverter that converts 120 to 12 volt. And the other side of it is too, if it's mobile and say for instance the power goes out, I could run it off a deep cycle battery for like 8 million years. I mean, hours and hours and hours. And probably I don't know what kind of antenna I'll get. Maybe I'll use this kind of antenna and just put it up on a real high pole, something like that. Ground it and stuff, because that's the cheap way to go. It's a lot cheaper, and it's a lot cheaper just to use these handhelds in your car or something. As long as you got the good antenna on the outside. I really don't see why people aren't using these big whip antennas, because like even if I fold them down, they seem like they perform extremely well even folded down. What I like about this, it's like you got to buy, like I said, you got to buy the little adapter that you can put it in here. There's a little adapter to go into the coax cable, so you can put it in top of the radio. But the thing is, if you got your little rubber ducky with you, you can just take the radio out of the vehicle, and walk with it or some crap. You can charge it up right here, have it all charged up. I personally think it's just a cheaper way to go, man. Much cheaper. So, I don't know, man. Sometimes not going too fancy is one of the better ways to go. And I think, I noticed when I was driving down the road, this thing was probably right about like that. Well, but I think with this, it might only be about like that instead. Instead of going all the way back like that. There's a little, it's still got plenty of give, but it's pretty solid, man. It's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. I'm pretty happy with this damn thing. I totally recommend a 102-inch whip, because like if you got to fold it down, and I just put this here, I'm gonna probably put some paracord, to really tie it down better. I just got this, just a zip tie. If you got to fold it down like that, it seems to perform very well, and then the antenna is only this high. Absolutely no way it's going to catch on anything. So why the hell get these other antennas that stick up? That, I mean, yeah, when you're driving it, it could be I guess the only time you would really not want this antenna is if you're on a trail. But then again, when it's folded down, I don't know, that stupid thing seems to work pretty good just like that. So I don't know, if you're on a trail, just fold the freaking stupid thing down, man. What's the problem, right? Just tie it down a couple different ways, and you're not going to worry about any danger of it whipping around, right? And I said, I'm going to, I think it's called, right channel radio. I'm getting a stainless steel spring. Amazon advertised that as stainless steel originally, and it's not stainless steel. It's chrome plated steel. It's not gonna rust though the way I did it here. They gave me the wrong coaxial cable, really, because you'd have to manually splice it into there. And I was like, well, I can still use it. I just don't need a cable. And they left this bullshit thing out of here. This didn't come with the antenna, which was like, I was like all over in a package. It wasn't there. And they've been screwing up. Some of the packages I got, stuff fell out on other items I got. Sometimes they've been coming up short. That's because, Bezos is freaking, Mr. Trillionaire that owns Amazon is like working those people to death. That's how he's making $1 trillion. That's how he's net worth $1 trillion, right? So, I mean, supposedly you pay a few dollars more to deal with a specialist, like, that knows this stuff. But then you get the right stuff in the first place. You get stuff like if your CB radio antenna is too heavy for a spring, they'll tell you what the deal is. If you got a problem, they'll tell you what the deal is. Amazon just sells junk. I mean, that might be okay if you want to buy a bucket of vitamins or something, but that's about it.